Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sunday night and the big raffle giveaway. I hope everybody can hear me, and I'm coming through loud and clear on a beautiful Sunday night just after Christmas. And we got a great show. We're gonna do some good old fashioned metal detecting talk. We're gonna talk a little bit about some of these new releases and some of the things that we got coming up, as well as doing our big raffle giveaway tonight that a lot of you have been involved in over the last month. Coming here every night on this live stream and getting your name in on that raffle. And we're going to be giving away an Equinox 800. And we're going to be talking about that in just a few minutes. But without further ado, I've got my old partner who's going to be in here with me tonight. And there he is. There he is, Mr. NC Relic Hunter himself, Mr. Michael Coley. Michael, what's up, buddy?
How's it going, guys? Hope everybody had a good Christmas. I know I did. I ate too much food, though. It's a lot of good food.
Michael, you can never eat enough food on Christmas Day.
Yes, you can.
Oh, Michael, I did the same thing. Been out of town. I'm hoping to do some metal detecting this week and getting out and finding some great artifacts and some relics to put up here and show you guys. So I'm looking forward to that coming up in the near future. But again, Michael, it's Sunday night, and these folks are here to listen to us for whatever reason, but to listen to us and have a good time and just enjoy talking about the hobby, the community, things that are going on in the metal detecting world, and all things metal detecting related. But we want to make sure that before we start the show tonight, I want to make sure that I mention my good friend, Mr. LMS Metal Detecting. And Mr. Mike Heil at LMS Metal Detecting is a great supporter of our channel. Guys, if you are looking for anything metal detecting related, please go check out Mike's website at LMS Metal Detecting. Here it is. You guys can see it coming up on the screen. He's got some great deals going on right now. So if you got a little bit of that Christmas money, maybe you got some money that you want to go out and buy a new machine, or you want to buy a new accessory, whatever it may be, then go check out Mike. Mike can get you hooked up with the latest and greatest, as well as anything metal detecting related. And he's got a lot to pick from. He's got a lot of good deals going on right now. So please check out LMS Metal Detecting in Murrells Inlet, South Carolina. His address and stuff are down here below, and his phone number's there. And you can order anything. Give Mike a call. He'll be glad to hook you up. And if you do check out Mike, just let him know Southern Relic Adventures sent you to his website to order. And we would greatly appreciate that. But LMS Metal Detecting.
Did you say he was taking pre-orders on the Legend 2 as well?
He is taking pre-orders on the Legend 2, so if you're looking for that, of course, the new XP headphones, the new stereo headphones, he's going to start taking orders for those. So if you're looking for those things, those are the two things that are coming out right now. So again, go check out LMS Metal Detecting and see what you can find over there. There's lots to pick from, I promise you that. And Mike is great to deal with. He provides service after the sale, doesn't charge you to get on a pre-order list. So you can go over there, get on the pre-order list. If you are interested in the Legend 2 or you're interested in these new stereo headphones, just give Mike a call. Say, hey, I'd like to get on this pre-order list for both of those things. But again, LMS Metal Detecting for all your metal detecting needs. And again, he's saying Happy New Year on here. You can see he's got all these great metal detectors out here. The Gold Monster 2000, which you see featured here. He's got the AccuPoint here in the Legend. Also, a price drop at $549. You see the Manicore coming up right now on the screen at $500 off. So definitely go check out Mike. He has a veterans discount too on MindLab products. So again, he can get you hooked up with that as well. So again, go check out LMS Metal Detecting. He is a sponsor of our channel. And a lot of this live stream could not happen without LMS Metal Detecting, so we appreciate him, and we thank him so much for being a supporter and sponsor of this live stream tonight. So, again, Michael, looks like we got about 38 people in here right now, and I'm sure we'll get more.
You want to go ahead and mention the show that's coming up this weekend? We're probably
Oh,
going to go to.
oh yeah. So Michael and I are going to be going to the Civil War Relic Show that's sponsored by American Digger down in Charleston, South Carolina. So you guys that are interested, or maybe you're in South Carolina, or maybe you're close enough by to where you could drive to Charleston for the show. That'll be this Saturday and Sunday. So go check out the Relic Show there in Charleston, South Carolina through American Digger magazine. It's a great show. They have a lot of great things to look at. But yeah, we're going to be there. So we're going to be walking around. We're not doing a booth or anything like that, but we will be there probably on Saturday. So if you are there, come by and say hey, or say hey to us when we're walking around. We'd love to see you guys there in Charleston, South Carolina for the Relic
Yeah, I'm
Show
looking
that's
forward to
sponsored.
it.
Oh yeah, Michael, it's going to be a ball. We'll have a fun time doing that. But Michael, we got to give some shout outs. So let's do these shout outs before it gets to where there's too many people in here, Michael, and I can't catch up with all of them. So we got old Pelon in the house, a great support of the channel. Appreciate old Pelon being here. We got Jay Rummy, says evening, ladies and gents. We got Mr. Digging Darrell, always a great supporter of the channel. Mr. Chris Engel says hello, old Pelon. We got Mr. Buzzsaw in the house. Says, hope everyone had a Merry Christmas. We got Mr. Scott Ellis in the house. Glad to have Scott. We got Miss Bells in the house. Glad to have Bells with us tonight. Joining in, we got Miss Aggie Hall. She says, hey. Glad to have Aggie in here with us. We've got Native Angles 1565 says, hello, everybody. Glad to have him in here with us tonight. Mr. Doug Atkins is in the house. Glad to have Doug in the house. We've got CZ Digger in the house. Says hello, Bells, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from CZ Digger. Glad to have CZ, always a great supporter of the channel. Carrie Holder Reed is in here. Glad to have Carrie. We've got Mr. Ricky Bennett, as always, great supporter of our channel. We appreciate him. We've got Jeep Girl 1980 in the house. Glad to have Jeep Girl here with us. Appreciate her joining in with us. And, who knows? She's got a lot of entries in this raffle, Michael, so that's going to be fun to see. Mr. Digging It Back. Hello, Charlie. Was so glad to see you guys this morning. Charlie and Rob do a great show on Sunday morning. If you're not familiar with them, check them out on Sunday morning. They do an amazing job. And hopefully Charlie's going to get some questions answered tonight, and we appreciate Digging It Back being in here with us, a great supporter of our channel as well. We've got Mr. Detect Meister, says good evening, everyone, here from Ireland. Glad to have Detect Meister with us. We got Jay Rummy. I think I've already mentioned him. We got Mr. Tom Temple in the house, Michael. How about Tom being in here? He says, let's go. Yeah, he must be wanting to know, but I hate to disappoint him. Tom, we haven't really dug anything lately. We've been tired up with family stuff and work stuff, but we're hoping to get out real soon. So we're going to have some things to talk about really, really soon. We got the Crystal Pistol in the house. Glad to have the Crystal Pistol with us. Appreciate them joining with us tonight. We got Bells 1054. We've already said Bells. I'm trying to get everybody. Michael, we got Mr. Button Digger in the house as Evening Earthlings. Glad to have Button Digger with us. We got Finders Keepers in the house. Glad to have Finders Keepers. Always super excited when he's with us tonight. We got Wisco to Texas. Hello, Brian and Michael. Glad to have Wisco in here. Appreciate him joining in with us tonight. Thank you so much. We've got David Link in the house 9760. Says hello, everyone. Glad to have him in the house. We got Mr. Buckle Boy in the house. And go check out Mr. Buckle Boy's book. That Relics book is an amazing book. Michael,
Right.
you got,
Got it right here.
yeah, there it is, a guide to identification. Go check it out. I'm glad to have Buckle Boy in here with us. Thanks for joining in tonight, Buckle Boy. We've got, let's see here, Michael, going through. We got Mr. Gene Gilstrap. Says hello, everyone. Glad to have Gene in the house with us. We got 5 Mile Relic Hunter. Says good evening, everyone, from southwestern Missouri. He says, where I'm asking, where the heck did my 70 degrees go? Well, we're getting ready to have a cool down too here in South
Yeah.
Carolina and North Carolina for sure. So we're looking forward to some cool temperatures. We got Mr. Sniff It Out in the house. Glad to have Sniff It Out. We got old timer 5037, Michael, here with us joining in tonight. There he is, Mr. John, FLX Detectorist. Always appreciate John being in here. John's a great guy. Love watching their stuff over on TikTok. So appreciate John joining in with us tonight. So glad to have John in the house. We've got Digger Eddie in the house, 2051. Glad to have Digger Eddie. We got Mr. Michael Workman. Glad to have Michael in the house. Appreciate Michael joining in with us tonight. And we always love seeing him. Great supporter of our channel. We got Mr. Main Digger in the house. Glad to have Main Digger in the house. Appreciate him joining in with us. We've got Corona Dorek. I guess that's how we say it. He says, unless the headphones play a Beatles song as a single tone, I just don't see it. We're going to talk about those headphones too in just a few minutes, but we'll get into that shortly. So thank you for being here tonight, Corona Dorek. I guess that's how I say it. Am I right, Michael? Am I reading it wrong?
That looks right to me. Yeah.
And we got Bree in the house. We just had Bree on our show. Go check out that show. Bree did an amazing job on here. So glad to have Bree in the house joining in with us tonight. We got Lost Soul 3535 in the house. Says hello, everyone. We've got 5 Against 4. He says the teaching Michael. Glad to have you in here. 5 Against 4. Thank you so much for being here. Ferris Grump's in the house. Says hello, Metal Detectorist, and everyone else. Glad to have Ferris Grump. He's ready for those Ohio State Buckeyes, Michael. Let's see here. Let's see what else we got. We got John W. in the house. Says hello from Kentucky. So glad to have him in the house. I'm trying to get to everybody. Rocky Mountain Prospector says, have you pulled my name yet for the detective? No, we haven't done that yet. So Michael and I might torture you for a little bit before we actually do the raffle drawing, but we're going to do it. And we're looking forward to doing that really, really soon. Thank you, Rocky Mountain Prospector, for being here with us tonight. Michael, I'm still going down this list. There's a lot of comments in here, by the way. Let's see, Mr. Surfside Dan's in the house. Glad to have Surfside Dan, my main man. Appreciate him joining with us. Surfside Dan had a good outing last week, actually. I think he
had a birthday too, didn't he?
Yeah, Surfside Dan had a birthday, and I think he got a large cent, Michael, the other day. So super excited.
That's a good present, wasn't it?
Yeah, I know. He's always sneaking off and digging all those great artifacts when I'm not around. So I appreciate Surfside Dan as well. So I think I got everybody. If I missed you guys, I apologize. I tried to get everybody, but there's a lot of people in here. So we got almost 50 people in here tonight, Michael, and they're joining in to hear from us. So Michael, a lot of talk going on, a lot of things going on right now. We got a couple of new products. We're going to talk about those things first, and then we'll answer some questions. If people have got some questions about some things, then we're more than happy to do that. And then we'll get down to our raffle drawing and the detecting tip of the week. We can't go without the detecting tip of the week, guys. So we got that coming too. So again, we're going to be going through all those things for you. So Michael, let's start off the show with these stereo headphones. We just saw a comment from one of our viewers just a few minutes ago. Let's talk about these XP Deus II stereo headphones. Now, Rob and I went into this in detail last Sunday night. Some people might not have been here last Sunday night, but let's you and I talk a little bit about these stereo headphones. What are you hoping to see, Michael, from the stereo headphones from XP for the Deus II?
Well, it would be nice to have, more nuance and more distinction in the signals, but to tell you the truth, I don't know what to expect. It's something we're just going to have to play it by ear, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Michael, play it by ear. That's what we're going to have to
Right,
do, right?
right. That's right. I mean, I don't know as far as if it's going to be a big improvement over what we have. I don't know.
Right. Well, yeah, I've got the headphones right now. And of course, I can't talk yet about some of the things that are coming with these headphones until XP gives us the okay to sort of talk a little bit about it. But what I can say is that it's definitely got my curiosity up a good
I
bit.
know. I know a lot. I've saw online where a lot of the places overseas have started shipping them to customers.
They have, and
So
it, and when are we going to get them here in the United States? That's a big question. I don't know
yeah,
of any dealer that has them yet. And what good are they without the software right now, Michael? I mean, that's the other
exactly.
thing.
Yeah.
So,
Uh,
I don't know, but I'm going to say this. XP has been pretty good about when they release something. It is something that's going to be innovative. It's going to be something new, something that we haven't seen before in a lot of cases. But we also know that stereo headphones aren't necessarily new to the hobby. I mean, there have been some other manufacturers that have had stereo headphones before. So
right.
that's going to be, how much different are these going to be than the ones that I think White's had some. I think Nautilus had some back in the day. So I just don't know. You know, um, I'm hoping for, better clarity. I'm hoping for, like some people are saying on here right now, I'm hoping for, maybe hearing the iron maybe in one ear, the lower sound, and then the higher sound in the other ear. You and I fooled around with the Rudis Versa, and I really like that idea of that dual tone on
Right.
that machine, because it would basically give you an indication of how the size was different of a target. Um, is that going to be something that maybe we see with this update? I mean, I just don't know
Well,
at this point.
here's another question. We know that there's going to be an update for it because we're waiting on that now. A lot of people are. I know overseas and some guys that have it here. But what else is this update going to have in it? Is it going to change any of the other settings on the machine, or just for the headphones? I
Well,
don't
and
know.
and I had a great question. Somebody asked me this the other day. What about the speaker on the remote?
Yeah,
I mean, is this update going to make that speaker give us those stereo nuances or not? And I just don't see how that's going to be possible.
right. Because I mean, they changed some hardware in those headphones to have that stereo, and you're not having anything changed in your remote. So I wouldn't think that it would, but I don't know unless it was put in there a while back in anticipation of this. I don't know. When they first released it, but
Right.
yeah,
Well,
I don't know.
I mean, it's going to be interesting, and how much improvement is it going to be over what we already have? And I think that's the big question. And I know Michael Eckers put out a video for XP, sort of talking a little bit about it, but he couldn't really say much about it. Just like we can't really say much about it at this point either. But
Right.
we can speculate, though, right, Michael? We can at least
Yeah, we
speculate
can guess at
and
it
dream
for
about
sure.
what we want, right?
Yeah, that's
So,
right.
and the one thing that I did notice on the website is that when you go and look underneath the headphones, and you guys can go check this out too if you'd like, and I showed it last weekend when Rob and I were on here together, and it talks about there's going to be more tones to come, or more audio enhancements to come. So, what does that mean, Michael? I mean, I know we've got PWM, we've got high square, square. Um, what's that going to be? And they're sort of being real quiet about it.
Well, that is interesting. It could be a whole. another set of tones that you actually have to have the stereo headphones, to use that tone setting.
Right.
I don't know. But we'll see what happens down the road, I guess.
Right. What do you think is going to happen? I mean, what is your personal opinion? What do you think you're going to see out of these headphones?
Well, like you said, I'd like to have more clarity. Um, more a Creo sound, especially going from a iron to a non-ferrous target.
Right.
More nuance in the signal. Um, and if they could, a different. I don't know what they could do as far as a different set of tones, but I'm sure they have something in mind
Yeah.
um, that we haven't
Well,
really thought of.
and I had another great question asked to me earlier this week, and that was earlier last week after we had our live stream was, are the over the cuff head or the over the ear headphones going to sound better than the back phones?
Yeah,
I
it's a good
mean,
question.
well, and it is a good question, but the one thing that I showed on the live stream last week, and I should have brought the headphones in here, but they're not in here with me right now. But one of the things that I showed was that the new back phones really stick tight to your ears, so
Right.
there's not a lot of
More noise
space.
canceling,
Yeah, so
almost.
they're more noise canceling and they fit sort of snug up against your ears versus the older versions of the WSA2. So, is that what they were doing to try to cancel out, to make sure that we did get some sort of noise canceling when we're using the back phones versus the over the ear headphones, too? Are the over the ear headphones going to sound better than the back phones, just simply because they're completely over your ear? It's a good question, but it's a question that I can't answer at this point. So there are a lot of people that are curious about these, but I can also understand how people are sort of being sort of skeptics about it too, Michael, because they're releasing these, and you've had mono all this time, and now you're saying, well, you got to buy these if you want to get stereo. So there is this sort of, I guess we're in purgatory right now of sort of not knowing what these things are going to do, and until we can get some more of that information, then who knows? Who knows? So
Well, that brings up a good point. We have AirPods now and like Bose noise canceling headphones. Is that something they could implement into these headphones?
right.
Electronic noise cancellation. I don't
Well,
know.
and that's another thing too. And you and I talked about this earlier today when we were getting ready for the show. And I've got a couple of videos that are going to be coming, guys. I think you guys are going to be really interested in hearing and seeing, where we sort of talk about some of these things that's we'd like to see. So you definitely pay attention to those videos when they do come out. I got a couple of hunt videos coming too, but you definitely want to tune in when I release some of those videos. But Findy Man 3123 says, I've never found the full cup phones match the quality of the back phones. That is
Yeah.
what is needed. And he
We've
brings up
talked about
a
that
great, yeah,
also.
you and I use the back phones more than we use the full cup headphones because of that reason, is because we think it does sound a little better with the back phones. And now that they're giving us the back phones with the stereo sound and fitting tighter to our ears, is it going to be better? Is it going to be, or is it going to be the same? Are the over the ear going to be better than the back phones? Nobody really knows the answers to these questions at this point. So we'll see what happens, but I'm real curious, and hopefully this new version 4 update I should have coming up really, really soon. So we're hoping that we'll have more that we can actually talk about. And when we do, then we definitely want to get that information out to you guys. And again, you couple these headphones with that HF2 coil, I think what you're going to see are some amazing results. I think people are going to be able to go back into sites. And with these new headphones and with that stereo sound, I think you're going to hear things that you didn't hear before. Or at least that's what I'm hoping. I don't know it for a fact. I'm just telling you what XP's been telling me, and that's what I hope to see. What do you think, Michael?
Yeah, well, I've seen some people mention they don't like how uncomfortable the back phones are, and I agree. Wearing them long periods of time, and it would be nice, if not later on, to see like a in between the full size and the back phones. A lot like a lighter pair of we'll say on the ear headphones. A lighter pair that are
Right.
more comfortable. I really would like to see that.
Right. And Michael, it brings up another point too, and I left this on the YouTube post. I left a YouTube post today talking about the programs that I use for relic hunting, and I generally, or the audio that I use for relic hunting, let me rephrase that, the tones that I use for relic hunting. And I was asking people to tell me which tones do they prefer when relic hunting. And of course, I put two tones, I put pitch, and I put full tones. And it was interesting, and I need to go and look, and maybe I can look while we're doing the live stream. But it was interesting to see what people were saying. And a lot of people were selecting either full tones or pitch. But we'll get more into that in just a few minutes. But my question is that with these stereo headphones, and which one of those tones are going to work the best with the new version 4 software and these stereo headphones? It's a
Yeah,
great
that's a
question.
good question. Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, you would hope full tones. You would be able to hear each individual tone break a lot clearer in full tones with it. But I don't. We'll have to wait and see.
Right, yeah. Doug Atkins says tighter headphones on my big head is going to be a bad thing. Well, hey, look, I got a little peanut head, but sticking those things up tight to my face or tight to my ears, I got some big ears too. You can tell because I don't have a lot of air left. So, but it will be interesting.
The
Um,
back phones, the only place after a while, it starts bothering on the very tops of my ear where it rubs
right.
right there,
Well,
and
Michael,
that's yeah.
I will say these seem to be. I don't know. I don't know what they've done to other than it looks like they've sort of shortened them. Um, but they fit over your ear better.
Well, maybe
I
that'll
mean,
help.
I,
Yeah.
I, and Lance brought up a good point. He says, I literally hate the back phones. No matter how you wear them, they start to hurt after only a few minutes. And that's just what you said. And I find that with the WSA2s, they sort of hurt. But these feel different, Lance. I mean, it's just sort of hard to explain. But they do feel different once you put them on your ears. And hopefully people won't have those problems with them like they did with the back phones. So we'll see. So yeah, and Chris says he agrees with Lance. Yeah, I agree. I mean, they do hurt sometimes. If I don't get them
So
exactly in the right spot, they definitely will hurt.
if you just wear the new ones around the house all day tomorrow and let us know how
Yeah,
it goes.
yeah. Well, I'm a hunt. Hey, by the way, I am going to hunt with the new ones tomorrow. So we'll
Yeah. Well,
see.
that's good.
We'll see how they feel. So we'll see what happens there. John Brantley says hello, everyone. Better late than never. Glad to have you in here, John. Appreciate you being in here. Digging doozies. I always use the aftermarket full cut phones with the puck, and I mean, and that's cool. You would think the over the ear would sound better, but just like we've been saying, and a lot of people have been saying on here is that they don't. you know,
Yeah.
the back phones actually sound better to them, and I agree. I agree with them 100%. And here's the other thing: being able to adjust the equalizer. Are they going to change any of the equalizer settings? With this version 4 software, because we got stereo headphones. How much different is that going to be? So
Yeah.
there's so much to think about and look at it. Um, 5 against 4 says the bear will definitely sneak up on you now. Yeah, especially if those things are tight for sure. Let's hope no bears are out there waiting on us for sure. Old timer 5037 says my full size phones don't sound as good as the back phones, and everybody's in agreement with us on that, Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I've always said that too and thought that. It's just the sound quality is not there. Now, the comfort level, yeah, definitely. I really like those, especially in the wintertime. Keep your ears warm. But um, yeah, I agree. Sound quality is not as good.
yeah, I agree, Michael. FLX Detector says I have them on pre-order, so I have to pre-order some thawing temps here in New York. I hate it for you guys that it's starting to get really, really cold.
Yeah,
Carson Chris says I forgot Sunday night. Glad to be here. You here, Carson Chris? As you're in for the raffle, so you definitely need to be here. But glad to have you in here now, and thank you for joining in. We're talking about the XP stereo headphones. And he says he just got home and managed a 39 Merc this afternoon. Well, hey, price of silver, Michael, is pretty high right now, so a 39 Merc, that'll bring you a little bit of money, believe it
that's
or
right.
not.
That's right.
Yeah. It's so funny how much silver's gone up. So yes, crazy about a Mercury for sure. Um, Chris Engel wants to know, Brian, what program do you use to find wooden nickels? uh, Michael, you tell him. You use the same program. You find those wooden nickels.
Wooden nickels.
Mm-hmm.
Um, can't tell you about those. Yeah, you got to use your eyeballs for those, Chris.
Yeah. Findy Man 3123 says full tones actually mask low conductive targets in iron, and that is why I switched. I mean, and he could be right. I mean, I've had success with full tones, but I've also had success with two tones, and I've also had success with pitch. Um,
What is he using now as far
yeah,
as?
it depends on what program you're running too.
Yeah,
Sensitive full tones has always been good to me as far as unmasking capabilities. Uh, you know, occasionally I'll run fast because I grew. I mean, I basically started with XP running fast and pitch. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Um, but what I found out over time, and Michael and I were talking about this today too, and I'm glad you brought this up, Findy Man, was that we noticed that when we ran pitch, that the deeper targets just didn't seem to sound exactly the way that we were hoping they would sound in some cases. Isn't that right, Michael?
yeah. Uh, so to me, I think the pitch on deeper targets, it kind of almost nulls out, if you want to say, or it's kind of a muffled down sound to me on deep targets, and
Right.
uh,
I
I like using the two tone myself.
Well, and you and I are on of the same thing, and I mean, hey, you use what works for you is the way I've always looked at it. I mean, if you feel like that full tones isn't working for you, then yeah, definitely use pitch or use two tones or use something else that works with your ears. But what I will say is that for pitch is really good with round targets. If there's a round target around, it does tend to give a little smoother sound to it to let you know that it is sort of round. Um, but what about misshaped targets? Then it sounds like pure T garbage in some cases. And some of those misshaped targets can turn out to be some good things too, right, Michael?
That's right. Yeah, especially relic hunting. I mean, that's another thing you have to think about. Your tone selection depending on what type of hunting you're doing, coin shooting or relic hunting, beach hunting. You know.
Right, right. And it's a good thing to talk about. And of course, when I'm out in the field, I mean, I will run different things. I'm not from the thought train that I'm gonna just stick with one set of tones and that's it. I think running different tones can actually be a good thing. Don't you think so, Michael?
It can, and in a way, it can't, because if you got a set of tones that you're used to and you've hunted with them, you really learn to hunt with them, and you can kind of pick out the nuances using that particular set of tones. Um, I don't think. I mean, it doesn't hurt to switch around, but I don't think you want to switch around every time you go, because you want to get used to your machine.
Right, right. Right. So I mean, you use what you feel the most comfortable
Right,
with.
right.
Um,
Whatever you're comfortable with,
you're
yeah.
right. And if pitch is your thing, then run pitch. If two tones is your thing, then run two tones. If full tones is your thing, then run full tones. But what I will say this is I would start with two tones. If I'm somebody and I just got a Deus 2 and I was going to a relic site that was loaded with iron, I would probably start with two tones. And then I would maybe go to full tones after that. And then after that, I might go to pitch and sort of try to master each one of those different tone settings to find
Yeah.
which one works for you, because pitch is really good for round, like I said, for round targets, but it's not so good when you're dealing with deep targets, like Michael just said. And then when you go to full tones, you do get that little bit of nuance, and you get the audio of the different conductivity of the targets and so on, which is great to know as well. And but then two tones, it's a beep and dig. I mean, it's either ferrous
Right.
or non-ferrous. You don't have all that other stuff to deal with. But if I were a beginner with a Deus 2, I would start with a two-tone program. I just would. I would run two tones, and especially if well, for relic hunting, that is. And then Michael and I had this conversation today too. If you were hunting in a park, then full tones is probably your friend more so than two tones. And I wouldn't run pitch. I would run full tones, especially in a park, because of the
Yeah.
conductivity of all the different targets, because you got more modern trash. So those would be my suggestions. Michael, what do you think? You feel the same way about that?
Yeah, I feel the same way. If I was hunting a park, I would make full tones, or maybe 4 or 5 tones,
Right.
to kind of give you some distinction between because you're dealing with more modern trash and targets, whereas relic hunting, you could do this, deal with the same things, but a lot of sites we go to, they're older, and it's either iron or a non-ferrous, and
Right.
you got to dig it.
Yeah, and we hunt different sites than what other people are probably hunting out
Right.
there too. So, you know, we're going to tell you what we're seeing on our sites and what tones work for us and what programs work for us and relic sites. But some of you may be park hunters, and Michael and I don't do a ton of park hunting, and that I would say, maybe full tones is probably your friend. A three tone, four tone, or five tone program, whatever you want to run, but that's where those would be the best, I think, in those types of situation. Yeah, Ohio Pull Tabs is right with us. He says, "Yeah, if I'm going deep, I'm not in pitch, right?" And I think he's sort of alluding to what you and I have been saying. The deeper targets don't sound as good when you're running pitch, right, Michael?
That's right.
Yeah,
I
but
agree with that.
Ohio Pull Tab says I like square tones. Right, square tones audio is great. If you're used to that sort of fluty Mind Lab type sound, then square tones is great. High square is great too if you love that. But again, you're the one who's got to decide which ones are going to work for you the best. So again, it's going to be interesting. CZ Digger says, I think version 4 for the XP Deus 2 will enhance some of the tones and tone nuances. And that's what we're hoping for,
Yeah.
CZ. That's what I'm hoping for. And we're hoping that, again, they're going to have clearer sounds. I'm real curious as to some of those things too. But version 4 should be out for hopefully all of us I'm hoping within the next month. Now, don't hold me to that because I don't know. XP hasn't told me anything either. But I'm hoping that version 4 will be available for all of us within the next month or so. So we'll see. Dig and Dude says, I love full tones and two tone for beep and dig. Right. And that's the way we are too, Dig and Dude. So you're exactly right. For hearing impaired, I've heard bone conducting headphones would probably work for you as well.
Yeah.
Right.
I've
Yeah.
heard that as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely give them a shot. Steve's in here. Glad to have Steve Geiner in here. Says, hello, everyone. Glad to have you in here. He says, how much are the new headphones going to cost? I think they're going to be right around the same prices as the old headphones.
I think around the same
Yeah.
price. Yeah.
So maybe don't quote me on this, guys. $149, I think, for the WSA2s. $199 for the full cuff. And then I think it's going to be over $300 for the WS6s. But remember, you're getting the puck with that can act as another machine if you wanted it to be. So those will be a little bit more. But Tom says he needs something that cancels his wife tone.
That's $1 billion product there, Tom.
Yeah. Hey, if you can find that, somebody's going to really make a lot of money. Oh, thanks, Tom, for that. We appreciate that. I never switch my settings except for reactivity. I do that in combination with 3 coils. Right. And you don't have to switch all these settings. You can just turn this machine on and go and hunt, It just depends on what you want to do and what you're trying to find and what your site's like. If you want to customize, and that's the great thing about the Deus 2 is the customization of the Deus 2 as well.
Look, I have a question. I've thought about this the other day. We're getting those headphones in the WSA2, the XLs, and the WS6, right?
Right.
So the WS6 puck, how is that? If we use that as a WS6 master,
right? Will it be stereo?
Is it going to be stereo if you plug it into a head? You know what I mean?
I don't know, Michael. That's my whole question.
I was sitting there thinking about that, the other day. I don't know.
Right. I don't know. Doug Atkins says, hopefully the stereo headphones will have a voice that says, don't even think about digging that. Maybe there's some AI involved, Michael. Wouldn't that be really cool if they came out with a AI in the headphones that says, don't dig that. Dig that, just from hearing the sound. That would be really cool in a roundabout way. Ohio Pull Tab says that he runs 5 tones, Michael, and I like 5 tones too. I think that would be great.
Yeah, I've run that before.
Yeah, I think that would be awesome. Findy Man says, I'm a 4 tones guy. When I tried 5 at group foil and with the higher, again, if you're hunting a park, then running those different tones definitely are going to help in a lot of ways. So again, Findy Man's right. 4 tones would be good, especially if you really want to separate. 1903A4 says Echo Wave audio would be nice for prospecting, similar to the Goldmax 2000.
Mm-hmm.
Right, yeah. So I don't know what it's going to do for gold prospectors. How much is that going to help them? Who knows? But again, 5 Mile says he runs 4 tones on his Legend. Right, 4 tones is, I would run it, especially if I hunted yards and parks. 4-tone program or a 5-tone program, I think would be great for that kind of stuff. Don't you, Michael?
Yeah, I think it would.
I think it would be too. I do. I just dug an iron signal that was an old can, dug the same signal again right beside it, and it was a cap gun from the 30s. Yeah, dig it all. Right, yeah. And we're going to talk about something with that too. Pitch 2 is better on deep targets than pitch. This is what Digging Dude's saying.
I've noticed that it does sound better on the deeper
It does. It's
targets.
got a clearer sound to it.
Yeah.
So Digging Dude's exactly right on that as well. Ricky Bennett says audio gain up 1 helps me, right? And I've run the audio gain at 5, whereas leaving it on 4 sometimes you just don't get that little oomph to it sometimes too,
Right.
Michael. Right?
Yeah,
So
and I guess it all depends on your hearing
you're right.
as well. The older we get, our hearing is not as good. You might have to bump it up a notch or two.
Yeah. Doug Atkins says I think a stereo output would work using the Puck and aftermarket headphones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you get the WSA stereo headphones, then what you can do is you can actually buy the adapter, and you can plug in any headphones you want. If you've
Right.
got some good over the ear headphones that you want to use, and Michael and I have done this, and you can run that WSA2 with that adapter on it and plug it in, and you're going to get stereo sound with the headphones that sound the best to you. So again, I think that would be a great way to go too. Don't you think so, Michael?
So is from what I saw, you have to have a different adapter plate for that
Right.
SD, right?
And just to make this clear for everybody, the adapter plate for the old ones will not work with the stereos because
Yeah.
there's 3 copper connectors on there for the new ones, whereas there's only 2 copper connectors for the old ones. So you're definitely going to have the new adapter if you decide you want to go that route to hook up another pair of headphones to run wire with the wire plugged into your WSA stereo or your WS6. So you're going to have that adapter to be able to plug in.
Right.
Right. CZ Digger says, now that the 9x5 coil will be in many hands as they have arrived, will you be updating any of the 6 months old videos as we may have a clearer experience? Yeah, I will be. That's going to be interesting, and that's why I'm so fascinated by it. I know Charlie was on here. He's got the HF2 coil, and he's been asking me a lot of questions about it. Charlie, if you're still on here, would love to help you with that coil and get you sort of familiar with it. But yes, CZ, we're gonna once we get these new headphones hooked up with the HF2, then yeah, we'll probably be updating and showing some new things that we're seeing with the HF2 because, I mean, the HF2 is a powerful coil, Michael, and of course
Yeah.
I know you know that as you've used it as well, and you have one, and just the unmasking capability of that coil and some of our sites has just been phenomenal, and I can't wait to try these stereo headphones with that HF2 coil and see how much of a difference that's going to make. But yes, CZ, we should be updating some of that stuff really soon as we get this version 4 software in our hands and we start running it out in the field as well. So, but we'll let everyone know what we're seeing and what we're hearing. We're going to we'll do our best. With the audio, we've got I've got a bunch of different mics that I can use. I have a DJI-2 mic. I've got some other mics that I can hook up to try to let you guys sort of hear some of that I'm hearing in my headphones. It's going to be sort of hard, but we'll do the best we can with it whenever we're out in the field to give you guys a true representation of what we see out in the field hunting with it. Um, I'm not going to sit here and do air tests. I'm just going to tell you guys that I don't think air tests do me that much good. I think running it in the field is going to be the way that I go with
Yeah.
sort of showing these headphones. Right, Michael?
Yeah. I agree with you.
Old Timer 5037 says, when I'm walking, I like pitch with fewer signals. Still like the 2B Nautilus, separate all metal and disc and separate ears. So here's a Nautilus user that's telling us about those stereo headphones, and yeah, you get that different separation and stuff in the ears, and I think that's what this is all about. 5 Mile says, my wife thinks I'm losing my hearing, but she doesn't know it's called selective hearing. Right? We all
Yeah,
we
I'm
all
accused
deal
of
with
that
that.
too. Yeah.
um, let's see here. Five against four says, hello, honey. Yes, I'm still detecting. So we got a lot of that. Might be me, but seems like regardless of a coin, they all ring up in the 90s. Is this normal? Yeah, most of those silver coins are going to ring up in the low 90s to mid 90s. And some people want to see that spread, the spread ID, sort of spread out a little bit more with some of those coins, and it's hard to do with an HF coil. So I'm not sure if we're going to see that, unfortunately. But we'll see what happens. Digging Dude says, I'm just annoyed there's no info on the 4.0 update and what features will be. I mean, I'm with you, Digging Dude. I mean, I wish I could answer all of your questions. XP, has been tight-lipped on some of this stuff, as some of the other companies are with some of the things that they're doing. So, I don't know. I wish I could tell more or say more. But right now, we're sort of at a standstill, and maybe we'll get more questions answered over the next week or two, is all I can tell you at this point. So we'll see what happens there as well. Tech Meister says, whoever has the HF coil, try this. Put it in mono program and wave your hand over the coil, and it picks up the iron in your blood.
Hmm.
I haven't heard that. I guess if you set it up with 112 or 120, you might be able to pick out the iron in your blood. So I don't know. That would be real interesting,
Pretty
wouldn't it, Mike?
sensitive.
Yeah. So Teresa, the treasure hunter's in here, says, hey, Teresa, glad to have you in here with us tonight. Thanks for joining in. We got the Key Date Kid in the house. Glad to have Casey from Excalibur Shovels joining in with us. Let's go check out Casey if you're in the market for a new shovel. He's got some great high quality shovels over there at Excalibur, so go check Casey out. We appreciate Casey being a supporter of us as well. John Brantley says, could you use the HF2 coil full time? In other words, could it replace all the other coils? And we've had this conversation a few times. The HF2 coil was designed to be a specific type of coil. An accessory coil is what we've been saying all along. Now, hey, if you're someone that struggles and you don't need a lot of weight on your arm or shoulder or something, then maybe you do run it full time. But it is made for high EMI areas, high trashy areas, okay, high iron loaded areas, and areas that you're going to hunt that you might need to get in really tight spaces. Then the HF2 coil would be the coil that I recommend.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would say the 9 or the 11. Now if you're covering a big field, then the 13. If you got a lot, you're not dealing with a lot of iron, you're not dealing with a lot of trash, then put that big boy on there and go to town with it. Right, Michael?
Yeah, that's right. If they're hunting the beach, you want anywhere you would want more coverage. I would want a bigger coil than that coil, but like I said, it's deep. It separates really well. I guess it depends on where you're hunting. But yeah, I mean it's a specialty coil, and the 9 or 11 would be a more round, all around coil, I would say.
Right. Daryl brought up a great question. Other than sound, what changes do you think are coming for 4.0? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, Daryl, I want to answer all these questions, but I won't know that until
Yeah, I
they.
mean, we had the one video out, and we really didn't get a whole lot as far as the features and even what it's going to sound like or the improvements of it. I don't know.
Right.
You know,
Yeah, we're sort of in the dark on some of this, and like I said, I hope to have some more answers to some of your questions this coming week or the week after. So just stay tuned to us, is all I can tell you. And we're gonna tell you what we're seeing and what we're hearing, and what 4.0 has to offer. And again, as soon as we get something from XP we can talk about, then we'll be glad to put that information out there as soon as they give us the okay. But right now, it's just we're just sort of stuck, really. Um, uh, Gennaro Tans 7416 says a great shovel from Excalibur for a few years. Just ordered a hand digger. Awesome products. Thank you for sharing that. And Casey appreciates that. He's on here tonight with us. So thank you for sharing that as well. Doug Atkins says, I used my 13 at the beach 2 weeks ago. My shoulder is still feeling it. Right. Yeah. That 13 is a bear. Michael's seen me use that 13. I've used it on a full hunt before. You remember that, Michael?
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. And believe it or not, that 13 does a great job of separation, which was
It
really
does a lot better in the iron than you would think. They really surprised me. So
right. Right. So, yeah, there's just so much. We got 66 people in here right now, Michael. So, real quick, we always do our metal detecting tip of the week from Michael. So, we're going to bring that to you guys right now for the metal detecting tip of the week. And then we'll come back. We'll talk a little bit about the legend, too. And we're getting closer to the drawing for the raffle. And we're going to see who's going to be the lucky winner of a MindLab Equinox 800 with two coils and a pair of wireless headphones. And again, we'll be doing that really shortly. So stay tuned and let's see who's going to be our lucky winner tonight of that grand prize for the raffle giveaway. But let's check out Michael. Let's see what Michael's got to offer today for the metal detecting tip of the week, coming to us from Mr. NC Relic Hunter, Mr. Michael himself. Let's check him out and let's see what he's got to say for this detecting tip of the week.
hi guys, I just wanted to hop on here and give my tip this week. Um, I know when I got started metal detecting, I didn't have a lot of places to go, but if you're new to metal detecting, the best place you can start is in your yard out here. It really surprised me when I started out. I didn't think there was anything out here. There was, as far as I know, there was no structure out here, but a lot of these places, there were farmland or you never know what was on there. I ended up finding, I think, an Indian head penny. I found several musket balls, and different odds and ends, that really surprised me. So, you know, just to practice and just to see what you can find and learn your metal detector. Try hunting around your yard if you're new to it. And like I said, it could really surprise you. Thanks, guys.
So there we go, guys. That's the metal detecting tip of the week. Michael, you found a bunch of great stuff in your yard, didn't you?
Yeah, and what surprised me is there was really nothing as far as a home site or anything here, but it was farmland, and I guess the farmers or, just people walking over it, you know, several, 100 years ago or whatever, dropped a coin or a button or whatever, So you never know what you're going to find, and it's good practice,
Right, yeah. You get
to
used to all
learn
those
what you.
sounds and get used to testing out your machine over different targets and so on.
Yeah,
I mean, why not do it? Aggie Hall brought up a great reminder, and we definitely want to do this. We want to mention Mr. Rob Rizzo's podcast, which is coming out January the 1st. The History
yeah,
Digger is starting a podcast slash live stream. So you definitely want to go check it out. Rob is a fantastic supporter of our channel and a regular guest on here too as well. So we definitely want to support Rob. So any of you guys that are looking for something to do on January the 1st, go check out the History Digger and Rob Rizzo's podcast on January 1st, and you can find it over there on his channel. So go check it out. It's going to be a great show, and Rob's already filled me in on the details of that show, so I know it's going to be good. And of course, you guys know I'm a real history teacher, so really looking forward to hearing Rob's podcast, which I think is going to be Going to be awesome. 5 against 4 says great tip, and nobody will yell at you. So yeah,
Yeah,
right. And you don't get charged with trespassing, do you, Michael?
that's right. That's right.
So that's good. Jeep Girl says that's a fantastic tip. That's where I started. So Michael, they're agreeing with you, and I couldn't agree even more. Um, Key Day Kid says he's sending one to Thomasville, North Carolina, coming up real soon. Oh, Michael, we had a good question a few minutes ago. I think it was from CZ, and I mean we got tied up into what we're doing, but definitely wanted to mention this. And Michael and I will be at DigStock 12, which will be in North Carolina, coming up on March 5th through the 8th. So I definitely want to share that. And we need to add Michael to this. There he is. All right. So again, Michael and I will be there. If you're nearby, or if you would like to join and come be a part of DigStock, then you can definitely do that. March 5th through the 8th, I think, is the dates, Michael, if I'm not mistaken. But again, you can buy tickets on the link in my description of this live stream if you are interested in going. Again, Michael and I will be there. And of course, you see Chip0246 says he would love to be able to make DigStock. And Michael and I will be there. Come by and say, hey, if you are going to DigStock, we would love to see you. We are going to be doing a live stream from DigStock. So again, come be part of the live stream. Come be part of the fun and the chaos as we're going to be doing a live stream from DigStock. And Michael and I are going to be going out and hunting and doing those types of things, as well as greeting people, talking to people, showing machines, talking about metal detecting. So come by and say, hey, if you are going to go to DigStock. If you are interested, then find the link in the description of this live stream and you can join us at DigStock. And again, we're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to this, aren't we, Michael?
That's right. And as far as I think one of the questions, you know, we are not sure. I think it's either 2 weeks or before, or if you're, if you pay, they release kind of an exact area there. We just know it was central to eastern North Carolina, Brian. Is that right?
Yeah, but nobody really knows exactly
Right,
where,
right.
so nobody knows at this
Yeah,
point. But again, if you want to come to DigStock, it's a great time. It's going to be one of the largest metal detecting events in the United States. So come be a part of it. Come say hey to Michael and I. Maybe we'll go out and detect together or whatever, but Michael and I will be there. So again, come join the fun. And you can get tickets for DigStock. Use the link in the description. And we hope to see you there at DigStock. And again, I believe the dates are March 5th through the 8th in North Carolina. We don't have the exact location, naturally, but they don't want people jumping the site or going there before.
right.
So you can understand why that is. So again, come join us at DigStock 12. March 5th through the 8th. Links in the description. So come join us there. And we would love to see you and would love for you to come by and say hey to us. So we're looking forward to that, aren't we, Michael?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Let's see here. I got a couple of questions here. He says, I've got a question, guys. I do a lot of metal detecting on the beach and have found dental teeth. I have yet to find any of that, but I know a lot of people find it up in Myrtle Beach. People have told me it's gold, it's gray color. From going through cremation, I know it's kind of odd, right? So yeah, there is dental teeth out there, and I have seen that before as well. So yeah, you're definitely dead on, Michael Martin. But it's an interesting find to say the least,
Yeah,
right, Michael?
yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not sure
he
about
says
that.
it passes. He says it is actually gold. It passes the scratch and acid test. I'm sure it
Well,
does. Yeah. CZ Digger says thanks. We appreciate you, CZ Digger. Thank you for being a part of our show as well and asking some great questions. Casey said, I bet you filled those holes like never before. What did he do? I don't know what Key Date did. Let's see here. Did you see it? Oh, he says, I had a friend that wouldn't let me detect his yards. Then he asked me to take care of his house while he went without with his family. Oh yeah, I did. He said bugs, mercs, and weeds galore. So he dug up his buddy's yard.
Yeah. Well,
You can do that, can't you, Michael?
that's right. He'll forgive you.
All right, a couple of we're going to move on, Michael, because I know it's starting to get late. But a couple of things about the ST headphones from XP. Just a recap of some of the things we did last week. There are 3 sets available: the WSA STs, the WS6 STs, and the WSA XL STs. It will run with version 3.10, so even though you don't have version 4, you could run it with 3.10. They are stereo ready right out of the box, and when 4.0 is available, you will get the stereo sound to hear that amazing difference. Version 4.0 will be available soon. This will be a game changer update for beginners and experts. And as always, groundbreaking first from XP Metal Detectors. So again, just a little more information about the stereo headphones. So real quick, Michael, before we get to our raffle and some other things, there's a couple of people that have been asking us about the Legend 2. And just recently, Nokta released a video saying that they were returning a lot of the Legend 2 metal detectors that they sent to testers because there was a hardware issue. What do you think, Michael?
Uh, I don't know what to think. I mean, I don't know what that would be. But yeah, I mean,
Well,
it's
I've heard, Michael, it's something to do with the coils. The coils, there was something funky about the coils, and that was the issue. Other
okay.
than that, I don't know. I've asked
Well, I mean,
Nokta.
it's a good thing that it was only sent to the testers, and they have to send it back, and not the public. So that is a good thing, and hopefully, when they get those back and they see how that works on the test machines, then the ones that they send out to the public will be fixed. So hopefully, they've got it fixed when it hits the public. So
Right, yeah. Carson Chris, thank you so much for the super sticker for $4.99. We appreciate that. He says, hippo character applause while it's nodding in approval, saying GG. He said, go, go. I guess. I don't know. You can't see with this software that we're running, but we appreciate it, Carson Chris. Thank you so much for the super sticker. So, Michael, this brings up another great question, and we're going to talk about this for just a few minutes. Do you feel the Legend 2 might have been released too early? Or
um,
announced too early, Michael?
well, I mean, it seems to be a trend with a lot of companies now. You know, they announce the machines, and we can almost expect there's going to be something that's got to be fixed with an update or
Right.
something. But a lot of time, I mean, as far as a hardware issue, we don't see that a lot. But most of the time it's a software that can be fixed with an update. So I don't know.
But this
You
is a
know, it's
hardware. This was a hardware issue, Michael.
right. So it's yeah. I mean, I'm not sure what's going on with it, but that's I guess whoever is testing it would know. Hey, they shouldn't release this machine with this problem. I don't know what's going on with it, but
Right. So I still think that we're putting the cart before the horse in a lot of these instances.
yeah, I
And
agree with
Nocta's not the only one that has done this.
you. Yeah,
It's been other manufacturers too. So I don't want anybody to think I'm just singling out Nocta, but this whole thing. Hey, we sent these things out to be tested. it was made to be like that. Hey, we got a whole bunch of these things ready to ship, and now all of a sudden there's a hardware issue, and now they got to go back and they're going to have to redo all those machines if they had them ready to ship.
Yeah.
So
A
did
hardware issue is a lot harder of a problem to fix than software. Software we've all had to update
right?
and fix that, but it's a little bit more of an issue to fix hardware.
Yeah. And 5 Miles right. Garrett, they jumped the gun. I mean, I'll be honest, they jumped the gun a little bit. And I used the vortex, and you've used the vortex as well.
Right.
And maybe they did push it out the door a little bit too soon, but I feel like Nocta's doing the same thing with this machine, trying to push it out the door, and then hopefully solving some of those issues with an update. But this time they couldn't do it with an update, and now it's a hardware deal. And now they got to recall all these machines from these testers and then bring them back and then you know upgrade the hardware. So I don't know, Michael. I don't know. Just something just doesn't seem right in those cases.
Right, and whatever they have in stock, I'm sure they're having to update the hardware on those machines as well. So that's a
Right.
setback. The ones that are going to be in production going forward, I'm sure they have that fixed there. But I'm sure certainly they build up some stock to ship.
Right. Well, it sounded like from the
Yeah,
the, the video that they made a few days ago was that they had these things ready to ship, and then all of a sudden they realized there was a problem, and now they've had to call them back, and now it's got to go. They got to ship them back to the testers, and then what's going to happen from there? So, it's I don't know, Michael. I just I mean, you hope that before they ship any of these things that everything is right on a lot of these machines, and I get it. It's not going to be perfect when it first comes out. It's just not. I mean, how many machines have we seen that have been perfect out of the gate over the last 3 years?
we hadn't.
We haven't really.
I mean, there's
Even
always some.
even even the MindLab Manicore had issues out of the gate, you know, with
Right.
the falsing and all that sort of stuff, and you know, I mean, it was we sort of have an idea about why that happened, but it was pushed out, and then eventually they did an update, a software update, and it seems like it solved a lot of those problems with the Manicore. And then, of course, we had Garrett, and Garrett pushed their machine out. There were issues, there were problems with some of those things. Garrett has tried to resolve those things through updates. We had the HF2 coil come out from XP, and then we saw these beta updates one after the other to try to resolve some of those issues. I mean, are we ever going to get a machine that comes out of the gate that's going to be good to go? I mean,
Yeah.
that's where we're
I
at
know.
this point. So let's see. Let's see what everybody's saying over here. Yeah, Native Angle says they should have waited. Feels like they wanted to release before others and didn't have them together good yet. And I agree. I just don't think that it was ready for release at that point. Maybe they should have waited a little bit longer. But again, it's easy to be an armchair quarterback, right, Mike?
Right. Well, a lot of these we talked about, putting out a video to show the machines before people order them, and a lot of these companies have got where the videos didn't really show a whole lot, and I know it's because there's waiting on updates, or they just, I don't know if it's they don't want other companies to see the competition or what they're doing, but when I buy something, I want to see the features before I buy it and see what it sounds like, and it seems like they're kind of going away from that. a
Well,
lot of.
and here's a comment down below. This guy says he's been waiting months on a Legend 2. He says, I'm going to order a detector this week. He says, after this fiasco, I'm moving on to something else. And
Yeah,
I don't blame him. I mean, I really don't. And I'm not saying that Legend 2 is not going to be a good machine. It's just, how long are we forced to keep going through update after update before this machine is finally settled in? Should we wait another year after a machine was released before we actually buy it, after it has gone through all these updates, since they're releasing them before everything's been put in place to make sure that these things are running right? That's the other question. I really don't know. And I agree with this. I agree with this guy here that just left that comment. I mean, he's dead on. He says, "I really have no more interest in new machines any longer after the last rash of machines that came out. I just like the XP Deus and what it does, right?" And
yeah,
and you know, I love my Deus too. I like the MindLab Manicore. I like the Nokta Triple Score. I think the Triple Score is a good machine. The Legend had a lot of issues when it first came out, and it took a while to get it right. The Vortex, I like the Vortex, but the Vortex had some issues, and it took a few updates to get it right as well. So, you know, as users and consumers, how much do we have to take before we get a machine that sort of comes out that's ready to go, and we're not going to have all these issues? I get, and of any of the companies that has done the best, I would say MindLab's probably done the best
yeah,
of a machine being released and then not having to do an update after update after update after update. But of course, MindLab, we know this, they've got a lot of engineers, Michael. And maybe they got more than some of these other companies when they're dealing with these problems and issues that they have out of the gate. And I saw a couple people left some comments about the Equinox 800, and of course it had that flooding issue. You took it out in
yeah,
the water and it flooded, but eventually they sort of solved some of those issues because of the seal or whatever that was around the screen that was causing it to leak and so on. But they got it right eventually. But I don't know. I mean, this is where we are at this point in time.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to have to mass test them, and 5 against 4 is exactly right. They're going to have to mass test them anyway to get them right. Um, so, you know, I don't know. There's so many different circumstances, in different situations that maybe they can't test out in a at a factory, that they do have to ship them out to testers. And
Right.
maybe the problem is the testers that they're using in some cases. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, uh, some testers will give you more information than others, and I mean, we kind of saw that in the past. I mean, whether they're allowed to give you information or not, but
Right.
I don't know.
Right. And 5 Mile, I mean, he brings up another great point. He says people shouldn't get bent out of shape. He says, I mean, you got a machine already and you didn't have to pay when you pre ordered, you know, and I get that, but, somebody gets a machine and they are dealing with some of these issues. I mean, it can sort of be a bummer. I mean, it really can.
Yeah,
Um, Digging Dude says they all push out the door too early without details. So we wait before we buy something else. It's like buying another company instead. That's right.
yeah,
Yeah. CZ Digger says I had the 600, 800 in water all the time. Never had an issue. Right. And I know a lot of people that never had an issue with the leaking of the 800 or the 600. So, it was just a bad batch in some cases, I guess.
yeah,
Native Angles is right. Bugs are going to happen. And I try to compare this to the cell phones. We all have Apple phones and Android phones and whatever. Um, But when they first come out, there's always going to be updates to them, right, Michael?
Yeah, as far as I can remember, there has been.
Right. And
So
Corona Dorek says it would have been a fiasco if they were actually selling and shipping to people who knew there were issues, that they held off and took responsibility. And I agree with him for the delay. The delay is a good thing, right? I mean, you want to get it
yeah,
right. I mean, you do want to get it right out of the door. You don't want to have to ship them out and then recall them, after they've been shipped out, to fix them in house somewhere or to ship
right.
them
Yeah,
somewhere else.
definitely not.
Yeah, so that would be even worse. So I mean, I agree with him too in that case. Um, Five Against Four says they wanted to have it ready for Christmas, and I get that too. I always argued that, why don't these machines or these companies release machines right before Christmas when they could sell tons of them, especially here in the United States, you know? But they can't make it happen for some reason, Michael. I don't know what the
Yeah.
reason is. So 5 Mile Relic Hunter says the Legend 2 shouldn't be your first machine. And he's probably right. Yeah, it shouldn't. You know, maybe go with the triple score or an Xterra Pro or an Xterra Elite. Those could be
Right.
things. Carson Chris says these newer machines are more programmable, which makes them more prone to error. It's a good thing they can be updated and improved. And he's right. It's a good thing they can be updated and improved. I agree with him 100%. Remember the old saying, good comes to people who wait. Right. I agree with Dig and Daryl probably the most, because I think if you buy one of these machines when they're first released now, you might be disappointed in some of the things that happen until they get everything right. You could be. I mean, just my opinion. But again, um, I understand they are trying to strike while metal detecting is popular and competition is strong, right? There's a lot of competition. CZ Digger says, I'm used to the updates on, right. And that was my point too, CZ. You and I are on the same page that, a lot of these problems really can be corrected through software updates. And it's not like it's something that we're not used to doing, especially if we own phones. Right, Michael?
That's right. Yeah, I mean me and you've done the beta testing for iPhones, and
Mm-hmm.
we know how that goes. Sometimes a lot of those updates you get from
Yeah,
on your
they'll be all
iPhone.
wonky. You'll have bugs
Yeah,
in them. You'll have something that'll work, something that don't work. I mean, that's
yeah,
just part of it. I mean, and I hate to say it, it's this day and time, you know?
yeah.
Ricky Bennett says, I love my Deus too, but the same thing may happen with the new XP headphone. Right. And Ricky, you could be right. You could be exactly right. There's Team Lynch. Glad to have him in the house. Let's see here. Tester opinions may differ from other users. Right. And, testing is, and I've done it. Of course, I've done it for XP. I've done it for Garrett. I've done some for Nokta. I mean, I've done those things for all three of those companies. I've never done anything for MindLab, but it can be different, and what I see may be totally different than what somebody else sees, as far as those types of things go. So, we'll see. Let's see here. JJ says the Manicore still has issue. Mine Falsus has poor pinpointing. It does not separate as well as the Deus Tour Legend. Right. And then, there are still some things that could be improved on the Manicore. Stay tuned, though, because we're going to be talking about exactly what JJ just said there. Um, let's see here. I had two 800s. Leak one was after a year of hard use, understandable. Second one leaked the first time, right? And we saw that quite a lot. I never had a problem with my 800, but I didn't really put my 800 in the water. And most people don't, but if you do and you're a beach hunter and you put it in the water, you could run the chance of it being a leak. Yeah, the delay was good. I hope they get things lined out to people as soon as they can. I can't wait to see the reviews on them. Right, I'll be interested to see how this thing does. Um, the smart thing would be not to announce they have been to the testers and ready to ship. That's where I'm at right now. I don't think anything, and I don't think anybody should be showing these machines until Nokta's ready to ship the machine. Don't you agree, Michael?
I agree. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, we've seen it before too, you know.
Yeah, why would somebody show a
Um,
machine that they're testing? And why wouldn't these companies lock these people down rather than letting them go out there and show the machine? And if there's something bad with it, then criticize it, even though they're testing it, or it's a beta version of that software. It'd be like me picking up this iPhone and saying, "Don't buy this iPhone because this iPhone is a piece of crap because there's bugs in it." I don't get that. I don't get that at all. So, but that's just me. My go-to machine is the DS2, but I really like the triple. I like the triple score. I really do. I think it's a great machine, for sure. Um, I'm trying to get all these questions, Michael. That's my story. Was going to chance it on my Knox 800. I get you. I get you 100%. Our club went out yesterday, and one member found a cache, lots of silver. Congratulations, Alan, to whoever that was. Will all the new Deus 2 come standard with new? That's a good question too, Detect Meister. I was talking with LMS Metal Detecting, and we were trying to figure out: are they going to start shipping the new machines with the ST headphones? What do you think, Michael?
that's a good question. I don't know.
Old Timer 5037 says no one's talking about First Texas. I haven't talked about First Texas in a while. How about you, Michael?
Yeah, we hadn't really heard a whole lot from them, have we?
Oh, no. I mean, some of those machines were good, though. Some of those machines that they had, they really were. I'm trying to get through these, Michael, because conditions are different all over the world. And quite frankly, some testers are not up to snuff. And that's right. Some testers are not up to snuff, and they're not going to take them out and do their due diligence. One thing that I can say that I do is I take mine out in the field. I don't play around in the backyard with them. I mean, other than to maybe fine tune them a little bit, and then I take them out in the field. Um, and I know Michael would do the same thing. Um, I think you, I think you can learn a lot more when you take it out in the field and run it and see what it's doing. Again, testing it in a backyard situation and swinging it over boards or bricks or styrofoam cooler, whatever it may be, whatever you're swinging over, you definitely need to run it out in the field. If you're not running it out in the field, then you still do not know the answers to what you're going to actually see out of these machines. At least that's where I'm at. Um, he says, wouldn't they have to because the new point 4.0 update? Yeah, Digging Dude says, too many trying to be the first on YouTube for views. That's true. So true. And, let those people go. They're going to do those types of things. But we're going to do what we do, and that's just go out and metal detect and have fun. Right, Michael?
That's right.
And if we got
That's
a
what
new
it's
piece of
about.
equipment in our hands, we're going to go out and have fun with it, and we'll tell you what we're seeing. But that's just the way it is, unfortunately. Let's see here. Yes, walking walking testing is what counts, right? You got to take it out and use it. You know, if you're watching a channel and all they're doing is playing around in their backyard, then you need to quit watching that channel. I mean, let's just be honest. You go watch our channel, and you're going to see us running those machines out in the field. That's just where we are, right? 5 against 4 says it takes months to figure out a new machine, let alone do the testing on it. Right. There's still things I'm still messing around with on this 3.10 software that I haven't discovered everything, you know. And I work full time, and Michael works full time, so we don't have time to just sit around and play with a metal detector all day either. So we learn as we go, and we're still finding out things with a lot of this software. Right? 5 Miles is true. Thank you, 5 Mile. Do you think they will look that? I think so. I think they will. I think they will with the Deus too. So, again, Michael, I know we're dragging on. We're an hour and a half, so we got 61 people here tonight, Michael. What do you think it's time for?
It's time to draw for that machine. That
It's time to draw.
800.
So just to let
Yeah.
you guys know what's going on here. So again, let me drag Michael in here and put him in here with me. So this is our Christmas raffle, New Year's raffle, I guess now at this point. But again, all you had to do was do a super chat and super thanks over the last month on the live stream. And this got you enrolled to do this drawing of this Equinox 800. You get a pair of wireless headphones. You get a 6-inch coil as well as the 11-inch coil. And you get this 800 Equinox 800 for yourself. Or if you want to give it away, you could give it away to somebody. If you need an extra machine, then here it goes. This is an $800 value that we're giving away tonight on the live stream for our raffle. So again, the people that have entered are already entered in. We've already put in all the names, and everyone is here tonight to see who's going to be the lucky winner of this Equinox 800. And you get a pair of wireless headphones, a 6-inch sniper coil, as well as the 11-inch coil with this Equinox 800. And it's brand new, so you're getting it brand new, shipped straight to you. Whoever our lucky winner is tonight, you must email me at sransc@gmail.com if you are the lucky winner. And Michael, we had 85 entries for this metal detector. That's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah. So how are you going to do this? Let's see what you got.
Well, Michael, we're going to do a wheel of death, Michael. That's what I call it, the wheel of death. We're going to spin the wheel. I put in 85 entries for this spin the wheel challenge. And again, a lot of people got into this, and we appreciate each and every one of you for being a part of this and giving away this MindLab Equinox 800. And by the way, too, we are going to have MindLab on here coming up in either January or February. We'll have Debbie on here, and we'll probably be doing another MindLab giveaway, too. So we're looking forward to having Debbie on here, and we're going to be doing another great giveaway, too, when she comes on as well. LMS Metal Detecting helped us out with this for the Equinox 800, so we appreciate them, and we're real excited about doing this raffle, which we've never done before, so this is a first for us, and we wanted to do this tonight, and we'll see who's going to be our lucky winner. So, Michael, let's go over here to the wheel of death. Yeah, only one shall survive on the wheel of death on the spin. So yes, and we got a lot of people. Says congrats to the winner, he said, and we got good luck, cheer to the winner. Ferris Grump's got a few entries in on this thing as well, so we're good. There's Jeep Girl says good luck everyone. Glad to have Jeep Girl. Let's show the wheel of death here, Michael. And well, we got to get off of that for sure. Let's pull this up. And there is the wheel of death, Michael. What do you think?
I think I need reading glasses to see that.
It's a lot of names on there, Michael.
Okay.
It is a lot of names on there. And a lot of people got in. And again, we appreciate you guys. Thank y'all for supporting our channel. Congratulations to whoever the winner is tonight. Just remember to email me and let me know your address, shipping address, and we will try to get this thing out tomorrow if possible, and try to get it to you by the end of the week wherever you live. Hopefully you live close by. I think Detect Meister is the only one that lives overseas, but I will tell Detect Meister this: if you do win, then I do have to have a U.S. address. I know you've done this before, and we can ship it to that U.S. address, and then they can ship it to you overseas if you are the winner. But again, I think everybody else is within the states, which is great. And that's how we're going to roll, Michael. So, Michael, any guess as to who's going to be our winner tonight? You want to take a guess?
No, I mean, there were a lot of entries on here. Just good luck to whoever wins.
All right, Michael. Well, let's start this thing and let's see how this thing works. Hopefully, it works great and we don't have any problems because I'm not going to put these names all back in. So, we'll see. All right, Michael, I'm going to hit this start button. Let's see what happens. So, here's our start button. And
so, how do you work that thing, Brian?
Well, that's a good question, Michael. I got it ready. So let's see here. Well, I'm going to back out of it for a minute. I've done it before. Let's see. How to spin. Spin the wheel to make your decisions. Well, we're getting ready to do this, Michael. I should have maybe tested it, right, before I did it.
Yeah, probably so.
Well, how does it... Let's see here. Good luck, everybody. We're trying to get it right. There he goes, Michael.
You had to hit the center.
Yeah. Who's it gonna be, Michael? Drum and Detect is our lucky winner. And I don't know that Drum and Detect's on here. Let's see. Drum and Detect is the winner, though, because I didn't tell them they had to be present. But Drum and Detect is the winner of our MindLab Equinox 800 giveaway.
Maybe he'll comment if he's
Yeah,
on.
maybe he'll comment. Hopefully he does. But he is the winner, and here we go. And Michael, look what else he gets. What do you think, Michael?
Good. I was hoping he would chime in on here, but
yeah. So Drum and Detect is the winner tonight. So Drum and Detect, if you're on here, you can leave it, or he can catch the replay tonight. Congratulations to Drum and Detect on the win of the MindLab Equinox 800 giveaway. So it looks like a lot of people know who he is. It says, congrats, Joe. And so Drum and Detect is our winner tonight on the MindLab Equinox 800 raffle drawing. So congratulations to Drum and Detect. So there we go. Oh, so 5 against 4 says I'm Drum and Detect. He looks like he has the same. Yeah, he has the same. But he's got a different thing there, so I'm hoping he's legit. So, but that's it. So yes, congratulations to Drum and Detect, and we appreciate him for being a part of our channel. And again, a great prize and a great raffle giveaway tonight. Yes, Teresa says he's 5 against 4, Brian. All right, thank you, Teresa. Thank you for verifying.
Well, there you go.
So congratulations, Drum and Detect. You need to send me your address immediately at sransc@gmail.com. So there we go, and I put my thing on there, and we will get that out to you this week. So, Michael, what else we got tonight for these people?
That about covered it. We got the machine.
We should do.
And we talked about the.
Michael, maybe we should do another giveaway. It's Christmas, right?
What do you got?
Let's see if I got. Let's see what I got down here in the bag of goodies here, Michael. I think I might have some other goodies that I might give away. Let's see here. Oh, I do have some other goodies. We do have a couple of things here, Michael. He says he can't believe that. What can you not believe? You're the winner, dude. That's awesome. So, Michael, we got a 3XL Southern Relic Adventures T-shirt that we're going to give away. How about that? Can we do that, Michael?
Yeah, you gonna spin again?
Well, we're not going to do the spin. We're going to have to do something else. So let's go over here, and we're going to do a YouTube giveaway. But I've got to do one other thing here, Michael, before I can do the YouTube giveaway. So let's do a T-shirt. These kind of people have been on here long enough, so we need to give a T-shirt away at least, right?
So what are you gonna do?
We're gonna do a T-shirt. Hang on one second. Yeah, we got to do a T-shirt for these fine folks for sticking around and listening to us run our mouths tonight. How about that? What do you think?
Hashtag shirt.
Wait a minute, I hadn't done the hashtag yet, Michael. I got to pull the link up. Hang on one second. So let's get shareable link. All right. And we'll minimize that. You there, Michael? Michael, you act like you sleepy.
I am getting sleepy.
You act like you getting sleepy. These people are on here and wanting to hear from you, and you acting like you sleepy. Let's do hashtag SRA. How about that, Michael? Hashtag SRA, all lowercase, and we'll do that. Hashtag SRA. Digging Dude says hashtag beer. There we go. Michael Workman says hashtag SRA. So we'll give everybody a chance to get in. Hashtag SRA digging it back. Charlie, you didn't ask any questions. You got any HF2 questions while we're doing this T-shirt giveaway? It's a 3XL too, by the way, guys. That's all I've got left. But we're going to do this T-shirt giveaway. You know, if it's too big for you, share it with your wife as a night shirt or share it with a bigger buddy. I'd have to share mine with Michael. Ain't it right, Michael?
Yeah.
CZ Digger says hashtag SRA. Lance says hashtag SRA. Thank you guys so much. LC Hunt, hashtag SRA. Connor wants to know if the Deus II is waterproof. Michael, can you answer that question for Connor real quick?
It's waterproof to 66 foot.
That's right. That's right. Greg Dudley, get in, hashtag SRA. Old Timer says it's exactly his size, that 3XL. So thank you guys so much for being here tonight. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. And before you leave tonight, please hit that thumbs up button. We would greatly appreciate it. Go check out all of our content on Southern Relic Adventures. If you want to do a little bit more for the channel, then you can hit the join button and join our membership. We have a couple of different levels that you can join at. And we are going to be doing a monthly live stream for our members, which we should be doing that real soon, Michael, because we ain't done one this month, so we need to do that. But we will be doing a monthly membership live stream just for those people maybe we'll have some new information to share on the stereo headphones in this version 4 software. Maybe we share it with those members a little bit early before we come on here. So again, if you are interested, you don't have to do it, and we're going to still be here on Friday nights and still running our live streams. But if you would like to do a little extra for the channel and support us, then you can sign up for the membership. All you got to do is hit that join button down below, and you can sign up for a membership. And we have 2 versions. We have the true Relic Hunter version, and then we have just the Relic Hunter version, which I think is $4.99 and $9.99. So you can sign up for either one. Again, anything that comes to the channel, it pays for this live stream. It pays for shipping of giveaways. It pays for us to have certain guests in here and those types of things as well. So again, thank you so much, each and every one of you, for being here tonight on a Sunday night. And I'm wishing everyone a happy new year, and we hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas as well. So there we go. All right. Hashtag SRA. Anybody else want to get in? Hashtag SRA. And we're going to do this real quick. See any more, Michael, coming through? FLX just got in. Connor just got in. Okay. And it is a 3X, by the way. But we will get that out this week to you guys. And we will have that coming to you really soon. So, okay. Jeep Girl just got in. She said hashtag SRA. All right. So, Michael, we're going to load these comments here. Let's pull this up. And we're going to load these up. 5280 just got in. Still got some people jumping in here, Michael. Bears Grump says, go Buckeyes on New Year's Eve. It's going to be a good game, isn't it, Michael? Corona Detect says, get the beach hunt tomorrow night before the temps drop in Florida. It's going to be cold down in Florida, too. John Brantley says, Happy New Year's, everyone. Thank you, John. We appreciate that. Let's load some of these comments, Michael. And we're going to do this drawing. So we got 56 people that have put in hashtag SRA. We're going to put that in. Hashtag SRA. And we're going to confirm it. And good luck to everyone. All right, Michael, let's see what we got going on here. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see who the winner is. Look who the winner is. It's Digging It Back, Mr. Charlie. He's going to be walking around wearing that proud SRA t-shirt. So congratulations to Digging It Back on a great prize. Charlie, send me that address, sransc@gmail.com. Congratulations to Charlie. And he's the proud winner of a SRA t-shirt, Michael, 3X. Congratulations. He said rigged. It's not rigged, I promise you. So congratulations to Charlie. Charlie and Rob do a great job on Sunday mornings with their live streams, and they've got a couple of others going on too. I think they have one on Saturday night, and I know Rob does some coin rolling type things that he does during the week. I think he has one on Monday or Tuesday. Charlie could answer that. So, but anyway, we're so glad that Digging It Back is our winner tonight of the SRA t-shirt. And we will get that out to Charlie as well. So, again, Michael, how about it, buddy?
Good show.
It was a great show, and so many great comments, so much good information that was shared by all. So we appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here tonight. Such a fantastic group, fantastic audience today. and we had a lot of fun. So hopefully you got some information. Of course, we don't know a lot about some of the things that we talked about, but a lot of this stuff is coming, and we hope to have some of that stuff out to you guys really, really soon to share with everyone. And we appreciate each and every one of you for being a part of our channel and making this so much fun. It's just a joy to come on here and spend a lot of time with you guys and hang out and enjoy talking metal detecting, metal detectors, the community, and sharing finds and all those other good things that come along with this. But again,
Yeah.
thank you so, so much. And we appreciate each and every one of you. And we hope everyone has a fantastic week. Happy New Year to all of you. May
Yeah. Happy New
20,
Year, guys.
May 2026 be nothing but great finds and just a great time enjoying the hobby and the community and enjoying being with each other. As that's what this hobby is mainly all about. So, again, thank you guys for being a part of this. Hit that like button before you leave. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. We would greatly appreciate that. That helps out our channel. And we look forward to coming to you again next week or later on this week. Michael and I are going to be going to Charleston to the Relic Show. We hope to be bringing some video of that as well. And hopefully we'll have that live stream coming up on Friday night. We might even do it on a Thursday night. But if we do any changes, we'll make sure you guys are the first to know. So make sure you hit that bell so you get notified if we do have any changes. Hopefully we don't. But again, take care, guys. Thank y'all for being here. Appreciate each and every one of you. Have a happy new year, and we will catch you guys soon on our next adventure. Thanks for joining.
Good night, guys.